Good morning and welcome to the show. I am your grand poobah of chart reading. Let's do this. All right. Smash that like button for me. Let's get this thing going. So, I have a gripe. Every Thursday morning, we talk about the new jobless claims that have reached pandemic era lows. But with everything that we're seeing out there with jobs being so poor, everybody's hiring and whatnot, jobless claims to me are completely useless. And I'm pretty much going to stop talking about them after today because I don't care and they're stupid. They do not measure the people that have stopped looking for a job. And with the amount of people that are saying we need hiring, we are hiring who isn't hiring now, that means that people have stopped looking for jobs. So they can keep saying 340 Americans filed new claims, beating the estimate of 345. I don't care because people are not looking for jobs anymore. And once you stop looking for a job, you're not part of the jobless. You're not part of that jobless claim anymore. So to me, it's a false number. So today is the last day that I'm going to talk about that because it's useless and they use it to drum up good news. And then the actual unemployment number comes out, which is tomorrow. We had the ADA number yesterday. That was ADP number yesterday. That was extremely telling that things are not in a good shape. And things are not in good shape, and that's that. So, okay, what do we have on the docket for today? Alibaba. Everyone's talking about Alibaba. Where do I want to start? I didn't really have a plan of where I wanted to start today. Let's start with Alibaba. So, this is so adorable. Alibaba pledges. I'm sure they pledged it. They weren't forced to do it to the communist Chinese regime, but we'll go with it. Alibaba pledges $15.5 billion to President Xi's Common Prosperity Drive. Alibaba pledged $15.5 billion over 5 years to Xi Jinping's Common Prosperity Vision, becoming the latest tech giant to bankroll China's broad aim to share the wealth. And honestly, this doesn't bother me that much because they were being taxed at a 10% rate. This, to me, it looks like just kind of a tax in some different way. And frankly, I don't think it's that much. Yes. So China's second largest company behind Tencent will spread the money between 10 initiatives encompassing technology investment and support for small companies. The government-backed, Daily said that on Thursday, Alibaba joins a growing number of large peers promising to give back, accumulating vast wealth over the decade long. So the point is, I think this is, even though I'm joking about the communist government, well, I'm not really joking, but the communist government, companies like Alibaba and tech startups in China are given incredible incentives to get themselves moving. So when they get to this point, and the government's upset now that Alibaba and Tencent are so big and they were paying a 10% tax, they are going to have to eventually, that incentive to get moving needs to stop, and that's exactly what they're doing. So today we have Alibaba on the move now. Actually, wait a second. Let me scroll this because that's how I know that I did the story. Where's my internet? I know Bob. Oh, that's AbbVie. AbbVie took a dive yesterday. Sheesh. Baba. Yeah. So right now it's at $178.12 pre-market. So they're getting moving. So if you were in Baba, good for you. And by the way, my brother was just in here. I'm not convinced that this is the last that we've seen of the fall of Alibaba. I do still think that there could be some kind of pullback that is going to ruffle a little feathers with that stock. So I don't think it's only on its way up right now. So, okay. Aggressive young investors are helping keep a correction at bay, says JP Morgan. Now, of course, this goes to all the new retail investors that have started to jump in the market back basically in February of last year. And they're not necessarily saying that, this article is not saying that they're the ones driving the market, but they have an interesting point, and it could possibly be true. Let's see here. The strategist points to the year-to-date equity of fund flows nearly $700 billion, or more than $1 trillion annualized, above the previous record set in 2017 of $629 billion. The flows have not pushed stocks higher, but it has forced other investors to be into equity. So you kind of look out there and you hear a lot of people say, well, you don't have... there's nowhere else to go. You can't go to bonds. You can't go to treasuries. So they're kind of saying that stocks are the place to be. And with what these retail investors are doing is they're being so aggressive that it's forcing everybody else into stocks. And that's what's pushing the market up. So interesting take. As certain retail investors, most likely the younger cohorts, buy stocks and equity funds aggressively, they push the equity market up strongly, making other retail investors, that's the older ones, inadvertently more overweight in equities. So interesting take. That to me is a lot more believable than that the young retail investors have the money to drive markets. Whether the Fed's coming policy changes the younger investors. So will young investors care? Because we think about this, they don't. Obviously, these young people they don't understand. They're basically looking at the stock market as a casino, as a subsidy for their gambling things that they couldn't do in Las Vegas, in my opinion. And sports, that's how a lot of people that I know got into the stock market, because they didn't have sports back when everything was shut down. Smash the like button for me, guys. Let's get that number way up there today. So when it comes to the Fed decision, are they going to care? Yes, they're going to care when they see their accounts falling down in that short time period. But after that's over, are they still going to be the one let's say the Fed tapers to zero. Let's say interest rates start going up. When everything stabilizes on the way down, are they gonna yeah, Potato, you're smart though. When everything stabilizes on the way down, are they going to just go back in there and buy with whatever they have left? I don't know. Is this a new trend for the stock market? I certainly don't know. But that's what I was thinking about this morning as I was looking. Mo, please talk about the reverse repo rate and the effect on the market. So the repo rate is almost at $2 trillion overnight. And what the repo rate is when you have basically banks need to keep a certain amount of liquidity overnight to fund all of their loans, etc. In order to do this, let me see if I can hold on a second. Let me do this. I'm going to draw. This is actually a very interesting point that this person is making. So I will talk about the repo. I want a new document and I want black, create. Let's see what we got. So here's the repo. Get rid of this. Okay. So my drawings are not that good. Those of you that know. All right, here we go. So you have the banks over here. Try to do this. Banks. And then you have hedge funds. We'll call it hedge funds or big institutions, whatever you want to call it. And then we have the Fed. So, whoops, Fed. Okay. So banks, they need to keep a certain amount of liquidity going overnight. Now, for that to happen, these hedge funds, this is how it used to work. This is how it should work. Hedge funds want to collect a certain interest rate overnight. So they need to keep liquidity. The hedge funds can supply them with that liquidity. With interest rates being at zero, the hedge funds, they're not going to give them billions and billions of dollars overnight. These guys are going to give them a note. So they're going to give them a note. So they give them a note over here. They are basically lending them money for a few hours. These guys are giving money over to the banks to keep the liquidity there. Now, the hedge funds are going to, for this note and for the money, they're going to collect a little bit of interest rate overnight. The problem now is there's no interest rate to collect. So the hedge fund's looking at it as, I'm giving you money basically for free, and you are giving me back. There's no point of them loaning money at zero interest rate. So the hedge funds now, they're not loaning money. Issue comes, who's going to loan that money to keep the liquidity overnight? It's the Fed. So the Fed is going to give the banks money at a 0% interest rate. The banks are going to give them a note, and they swap the money back and forth overnight. This right now is at $1.89 trillion overnight, and the Fed is supplying this. Now, that's 16 days in a row that this is happening. This is not normal. What should be happening is the hedge funds are supplying the banks. The Fed should not be available in this. So the Fed is keeping everything afloat overnight in the background. So there's a great video on YouTube. If you just type in repo rate Wall Street Journal, you are going to have this basically explained in a much more concise manner. But this number is going to keep rising and rising and rising and rising as time goes on, because the banks are going to need more liquidity, and the Feds are just going to keep pumping that liquidity, and the hedge funds are going to stay the hell out of the way because they are not going to loan their money overnight for free. It just doesn't work that way. So when you guys look at repo rates are very important, because that's how you see what direction the economy is going in. And it is very bad. And that that overnight repo rate just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing. Guys, when repo rates start to climb like this, it's not a good thing. These people can tell you that the economy is in a good situation. I am telling you it is not. Look at that ADP number last night. Look at the repo rate number. Look at the unemployment rate number. Look at the jobless claim number that just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping, but you see all of these businesses that can't hire. That right there, there's a big discrepancy between the two. That alone tells you what's going on in this economy. So don't be fooled by all of these numbers. Don't just look at the number and say, oh, this is it. Look behind the numbers, guys. Look behind the numbers. Why don't the hedge funds increase the number that they charge? Because the banks won't do it with the hedge fund. They can increase the number all they want, but if the Fed is going to give it to you for $0, why would you not go for zero? You don't have to pay for it. These banks are literally paying $0 to keep these, to get money overnight and stay liquid. That's it. Anyways, so that's repo rates. AbbVie slump. So AbbVie was down like 12% yesterday. They slump on a new arthritis drug. So their arthritis drug Rinvoq, the FDA put a warning label on it because this is very interesting. A recent test of Pfizer's Xeljanz indicated that the drug increases the risk of heart issues, blood clots, cancer, and death in patients treated with arthritis and other inflammatory conditions. Well, they certainly didn't care about this when it came to Biogen's study, but AbbVie plans to test a next generation version of Aduhelm next year, so they're going after that Alzheimer's thing too. But the point is, Rinvoq, which is arthritis drug for AbbVie, it has a warning label on it right now. It's going to be a little bit rough. So it's going to be a little bit rough for them. Mo, I'm young and I'm scared. Yeah, I don't know. Me too. Why does the Fed, Simon, good question. I'm going back to the repo rates. Why does the Fed offer $0? Because if they don't offer zero, it's an interesting question, but it's easier for the Fed to offer $0 and just give them the money and keep everything liquid overnight instead of the banks defaulting. It's just easier that way. It's historically been done that way, and it's not going to change. But in an ideal world, you do not want the Fed in there in any way, shape, or form. Let's see. So if you guys are looking at AbbVie, I kind of just pulled this because I haven't talked about AbbVie in a very long time. But a big thing about AbbVie, so biosimilars are basically drugs that are quote unquote copycats of the actual drug. So Humira is, I think it's a blood thinner, right? I think it's a blood thinner. If it's not a blood thinner, I apologize. But Humira, let's call it a blood thinner. So biosimilar would come in, it would do the same thing as Humira, but it would do it in a different mechanical fashion. That's a biosimilar. So while Humira's patented and on the market, a biosimilar can come in and do the exact same thing without infringing on their patent. So biosimilars are becoming rather large, but Humira makes up 43% of their adjusted sales in 2020, and they're going to start losing that patent. And a lot of these companies are starting to chip away with the biosimilars. So keep an eye on AbbVie. I don't necessarily think it's a good time to get invested in that one. Okay. Next. Apple announces the first states that you'll be able to use a digital version of your driver's license on your iPhone. So jealous. Arizona and Georgia. So if you guys are from Arizona and Georgia, please use it when it comes out and tell me how it is. I'm going to be so jealous of you. Smash the like button for me, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I can't wait until I never have to carry a physical wallet again. So there's a lot of schools that are already using their school IDs. The TSA PreCheck is going to come with that pretty soon. That's pretty awesome. SEC opens probe into the EV company Workhorse. This is weird. I thought this company was going to the moon, and here they are in trouble. Sad. Workhorse did not respond immediately to comment. Remember, they wanted the multi-billion-dollar 10-year contract with Oshkosh for all of those new post-delivery vehicles, when actually it was only 10% of the vehicles, not 100% of the vehicles over the next through 2030 or something like that. So whatever. But I didn't know that Lordstown I didn't know that Lordstown and Workhorse were connected. Oh, wait. Oh, they were an early investor. Okay. Never mind. My bad. All right, Tesla story. So I went to Tesla yesterday. I was in the neighborhood. I ran over there. I stopped by just to see what was the deal with my car. My car is supposed to come September 6th through 20th. So I go in there and I'm like, hey, my car's coming 6th through 20th. I haven't been assigned a VIN number yet. What's the deal? And the lady goes, I literally don't know. I have no idea. I'm like, oh, okay. So is my car going to come between the 6th through 20th? She's like, well, it could actually come tomorrow and you won't be notified until like the 20th, or it could not come between the 6th and the 20th and they will never tell you. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So then I asked about charging for the home and she was like, yeah, we don't have those. And frankly, when they say they're going to ship, they don't really ship, and there's a backup. And I'm just like, what? This company is just, it's incredible. I think people need to stop giving Tesla a pass. I mean, it's been a decade of this. I've watched some videos about their quality control. I mean, at what point are you buying $100,000 car and you're not expecting flaws out the ass, basically? At what point? I mean, when are they going to stop getting this pass for just being Tesla? Here's another funny one. Somebody asked about the Roadster. 2021 has been, this is what Elon said, has been a year of super crazy supply chain shortages. So it wouldn't matter if we had 17 new products, as none would ship. Assuming 2022 is not mega drama, the Roadster should ship in 2003. Now, the funny part is, in 2017, they said the Roadster would be on the road last year. And at that time, Tesla requested $250,000 in a combination of reservation fee and upfront payment for those wanting to secure the first 1,000. So you put up $250,000 in 2017, and you still don't have anything except for empty promises. So that's Tesla. That's Tesla for you. All right. Follow me on Instagram, please. Smash the like button, please. I'm so needy. I'm just so needy. At TraderMo_EM. That would be fantastic. And also follow Paul at Paul Gabriel. And now let's go here. Let's see what the rates are doing. New month, new rates. Nope, same old thing. Tomorrow, today, DocuSign and Broadcom. So if you guys are in Broadcom, pay attention there. Signet Jewelers reported this morning. Of course, they're up another 9%. Fantastic. If you guys want to join us, the software is just incredible, guys. I mean, I use the software every day. I didn't think it was going to be this good this fast, but it is. So if you want to get in our Discord community, 5,000 plus people right now in this Discord community. $7 a month will get you that. If you want to join and get the software and the Discord, $27 a month. If you want to join the Bidnass Nation and trade with me, that's $77 a month right now. You get exclusive chats. Hello, Matt. You get exclusive chats. Yeah, it's phenomenal. I mean, there's either 800 or 900 people now that are learning about trading. You see, one person said yesterday they made 20% trading AbbVie as a group. That's just incredible. If you want to do a one-on-one trading session with me, $750 for 1 hour. I did one of them yesterday. It was phenomenal. With Mark. I don't know if Mark is in here, but I did it with Mark and it was just great. And if you want to do a software, if you want to do a real estate deal with, if you want to review a real estate deal with Paul, 4 hours of your time, $2,500, $10,000 total will get you that. But if you're doing a big deal, especially in this crazy market, especially if it's your first time, I think it would behoove you to do so. So, all right, let's see what you guys are saying. Send me some stocks while we're at it, and we will get going. Tesla is a cult. Tesla is absolutely a cult. So is Apple. How does their charging work? Good question, Mike. So they give you a charger that goes on the wall. It increases power. I have no idea, but you got to put a 240 in, and then they'll give you that. How much have I paid? I paid $100 already. It's not a car company. It's a tech company. That's right, Ian. It is a tech company. All about tech, because nothing says tech like a car that drives down the road. Let's see here. That was actually a pretty good line. I'm not going to lie. All right, let's do eBay. eBay. Okay, let's see what we got on eBay. Let's zoom out. All right. eBay's had a hell of a run. So if I'm you and I'm in eBay and I've caught a lot of this, and if you stayed in this for this pullback and rebound, kudos to you, because you actually trusted your trend. Very good. Now, getting to this point, what would I be doing with eBay? I think, in my opinion, I would take my profits off the table just because I've had an incredible run. And I'm starting to get this little teeter over right now with 2 days of pretty good selling volume. I might just take my profits off the table. And if this thing moves up and engulfs out, then I'd go ahead and add back to it on all-time highs. But in my opinion, I think that I would take some profits off the table. Oh, Qualcomm. I haven't done that one in a while. Matt just said, I was so excited for the market to open that I wet the bed last night. Oh, inside joke. I wish you were there. All right. Let's see. It's too bad Paul's not watching. Let's see here. Great run. I'm going to make this stochastic just a tiny bit bigger. Nothing makes for a great show of an inside joke that nobody can be a part of. All right. So this is a great run up that I'm seeing on Qualcomm. I'm seeing a lot of wicks though. So don't add to this thing until, if you get something like this, like an engulfing candlestick that completely fills out and stays one day, go for it. Like this day right here. That's fine. This is pretty much the only day that I'm seeing. Everything else you're noticing, look how many wicks are. There's just wicks everywhere in here. So you got to wait until you get a consistent day. What these wicks mean is that there's a lot of buying and selling going on, and people are just, there's no consensus on where the stock price is going to go. So that's Qualcomm. Let's move over here. Let me see here. I'm using a different kind of chat today. I forgot my iPad in my office, so it's a little bit harder. SWBI. I like SWBI. What's the stochastic am I using? I'm using %K equals 10 and %D equals 3. All right, SWBI. This is one of those ones I told everybody to take profits on because it's going to come right back down because it was just a pole, what do I call it? Flagpole. It just ran straight up real quick, and then it came straight down. And you can see that it created this big time W right here. So that is your new resistance point. And I hope for those of you that were in this, I know a lot of people in the Bid and Ask Nation were in this, and they caught, man, I think some of them caught the whole thing. It was a great trade going up. It's just when you get this kind of stuff, exit the position, man. But right now, if you want to go short on this, get through the 100-day. That's your biggest issue. You got to get through that hurdle of the 100-day moving average, and then you will face support maybe a little under $20 a share, but and maybe a little over $20 a share. That's 200-day moving average. So keep watching that one. Minus 6% this morning or yesterday or something like that. So, all right. AMD. So UPS, I'm really liking from swing trading perspective. Let's see here. I did spot yesterday. Let's do Ally. Is this Ally Financial? Yeah. They held my loan for my truck a couple years ago. So easy. I wouldn't touch Ally right now unless I'm swing trading it going long. And frankly, if I wanted to swing trade this, I need to get an engulfing candlestick that breaks out over 53.79, which is that next resistance point. That is just my opinion. Okay, let's do C. Citigroup. I don't know what to tell you about Citigroup. This is a hard one just because you're stuck between two major moving averages, and that's what time frame do I use for trading according to the trend lines? Garrett, I don't know why this isn't on screen completely. You could see right here at least 1 month, 3 months, 6 month. I just move it around depending on what I want to see. But if you're doing a swing trade, all you need is really 3 months. Let's see. Discovery. Let's do Discovery. It's been a while. I'm sure nothing has changed. I'm sure they're still doggy looking, and they certainly are. So let's zoom in there. So if you zoom out this far, you can see more of the stochastic, and you can tell it's starting to kind of move up, but not really. And this is just such a tough one for me from a trading perspective. I look at it more of why don't we just use this from a, this is bad. You're going to really struggle to break through 40 and then 45. And then getting up here, I have no idea how that's going to work. But even getting through these moving averages is going to be very difficult. So I personally would look at that way more of a value play than anything else. I know I certainly am. Let's see. Guys, smash the like button. Let's get to 200 again. Let's get to 200 again. That would be wonderful. What software is this? This is from a website called Phil's Gang that I use. PayPal. Let's do PayPal. Let's do PayPal and then XBI and then Chewy, if I can remember that. PYPL. PayPal. And if I don't remember, I apologize. Well, not really. All right, so let's see, is there any gap here? Yeah, so there's a little gap here that can fill. Certainly, I think that will likely fill. Had a little bit of a drop maybe on earnings, probably on earnings. So if you can get an engulfing candlestick that breaks out over this candlestick right here from Monday, go for it. Looking good. But make sure you get a full candlestick that does it. All right, XBI I think was the next one. And then Chewy, that's right. XBI, like it a lot. I want you to get this yellow line in the sweet spot though first. That would be great. So if you can get another engulfing candlestick today, that would be awesome. Just be careful. You're going to be running into your 200-day moving average, and you can just take some profits there, but don't exit the stock. But it's looking pretty good. Chewy. I know. Wait, Chewy had a little pullback today. Is that right? Yeah, they had to have if they're in the top 5. Down 10%, call it. Oh, so they gapped way down. I don't know what happened with them. I'm assuming earnings. But don't trade this. Let it settle down. If you were in this and you're getting hit, you shouldn't have been in this because, well, it's maybe, is it earnings day? I don't know. You tell me. And if it's not earnings day, then I don't mind. if you were in it. That's just bad luck. WFC. Wells Fargo, why did it fall so much? I have no idea. 1014. Yeah, I don't know. You can certainly short this thing. If you get another engulfing candlestick like this or like this, short it down. Oh yeah, short this thing down to the 200-day moving average. Great. That's great. If you can just keep a watch for engulfing candlesticks. All right. DBX. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see here. CCL is so boring. That's the problem. It missed earnings. Thank you, Zach. CCL's boring. It's a 50%er. To me, I wouldn't trade this thing until you get over the 100-day moving average. If you want to day trade it on those days where there's crazy stuff going on, have fun with that. But outside of that, I wouldn't do it. Baidu. Oh wow, Baidu looks very similar to SWBI or whatever we just did. I'm sure this looks similar to Alibaba also. You got to just let this thing come off the bottom. If you want to do a swing trade, you can run it into that 50-day, but it's going to be tough. You got resistance right on top of you. So this to me is probably more of a value play if you're interested in Chinese companies. So let's see what Baba is doing. Yeah, I mean, it virtually looks the same. I'm sure you get the same trajectory. So Baba looks exactly the same. You're just running into the moving averages. This might not be. I've said for the last couple of days, maybe this is short covering, but I don't think it is anymore with the news that came out about China. So maybe this is for real. I'm not going to be convinced that this thing is going to be moving up until we get the red line going in that direction. I'm not convinced for a second that that's happening. All right, market's open, by the way. I'll do 2 more. Value is boring as hell, but value works. But it is boring for sure. That's why you just put the majority of your money in value because it works. And the rest, go and trade with and be crazy. Have fun. So Clorox, they've gotten beaten down. I know they have very, very, very bad forecasts over the next couple of months or years. So if you want to, you can definitely swing trade this up. I'm sure that gap will fill as long as the market stays where it's at. Oh, you want trader, what the hell's the name of that company? Tattooed Chef. So look at this. This is all just snapback. This is all snapback. And you see how low the volume is? Your trend is still down, but all of this is just nothing but snapback. And even with the, so if you're short on the, I mean, you should have never been short on this because you never got a short buying or short selling signal. But this to me, the trend has still not changed. This to me is just nonsense. Let's see what it's doing. Let's see what it's doing from this perspective. Dun, 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 dun. Hold on a second. Oh, all right. Well, it'll probably pull back down to around $19 a share. That's my guess at this point. So, all right, guys. You guys have a wonderful day. Smash the dislike for me. Smash the like for me. If you don't like me, smash a dislike. I don't mind. Your hate helps fuel my love for everything money. Western Union. Nunya. Oh, Nunya's a hype dork. We got a hype dork here. Love it. Nunya. Tattooed Chef. The buy of all buys right now. I'm telling you. Guys, for those of you that are not hype dorks, I'm being sarcastic right now. But Nunya. This right now, I mean, this thing is going off of my frickin' chart. I think this thing, let's see. What did it go to? 28.64, more like 1,028.64 cents. Yeah, this thing's great. All right. You guys have a wonderful day. Top tier Patreons, I will see you at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Have a wonderful day. Peace.